There's something going on there.
I think they're filming. They'll get out of the way.
Yeah, they'll move pretty quick when you come in to approach.
And as we looked out our window, as we were turning to get set up to land, look what we saw. I honestly have no idea how I keep ending up in these kind of situations, because meeting a Lamborghini of all things at the worst possible time was definitely not on today's flight agenda. And where this all happened just makes the story even better.
So do you know where that is?
But first of all, let me introduce myself. That's me, I'm Zach, and I spent the last 12 months working towards a dream of mine, which was getting my private pilot's license. And now that I've got it, I'm on a mission to experience as much as possible in aviation, sharing every moment of it with you, the internet. And today's crazy situation is a perfect example of the sheer excitement that flying brings, but that doesn't mean that today's flight was without its issues. Actually, far from it. So everyone knows this famous place.
And he's off, lots of wheel spin, big slide on the way out. He did. So just 2 corners left. With a car that is absolutely...
So notice this shot here, and it looks like this was taken from inside what looks to be a control tower. But before we get into that little gem, let me explain today's situation that led to this unique experience. Let me show you the issue. So today we've got strong winds east to west, which is normally fine, but where we're flying to, where we originally wanted to fly to, the runway runs north to south, meaning that the wind we've got is kind of a slap bang crosswind, which isn't ideal. So we've decided for a last minute destination change, and I think I found somewhere really exciting. A trustworthy friend of mine leads me to believe that you can still visit the Top Gear test track because the airfield it sits on is actually still active. So, in light of today's weather situation, I quickly whipped up a flight plan and met 2 of my mates at the airfield, and spoiler alert, I missed something critical in my planning which will become very clear later.
Oh, I got my brain rattling.
Spitfires again. He's going for the million views. That's what it is.
Spitfire. It's a Spitfires everywhere. I just call it Spitfires above, mate.
What are you talking about? You told me this is a Spitfire.
Yeah, it's Spitfire. Right, I'm gonna go and get the stuff. Are you guys happy with everything? I'll give you a bit of a briefing in the plane once we're going, but it'll be about an hour to get there.
So I gave them a briefing, ran through our external checks, and we jumped in the plane straight into our first issue of the day.
We might have a bit of an issue. So I've just been scanning the dials, and the plane's off, as you can see, off, battery and alternator. However, it's telling me we've got just under 5 psi of fuel pressure, which is definitely not true.
Why is that not true?
Because the engine's off, we should have no fuel pressure.
Right.
And when I turn it on, it doesn't move. Yeah, that's really annoying.
Right.
Right,
Hop out.
I'm gonna hop out. Give me 2 secs.
So for good measure, I always question as much as I can if something doesn't seem quite right in the planes we're about to climb into. So I'll go and ask the flight instructor and see what they think. And after asking them about this issue...
So I lied. So when I said the engine's off, we should have no fuel pressure, because the engine's just been shut down,
It's hot.
still has fuel pressure. So we're good to go.
But you haven't noticed that before when you've been flying before?
No, I've never seen that before.
Really?
So this is all fresh learning.
Well, there you go.
There we go.
I am loving life right now.
Loving the learning on the job.
Learning on the job, indeed. Right.
With that out of the way, we fired up and set off, and what a day this was shaping up to be. At least for now.
Ideal,
We'll
so
land
we'll
into-
crash, get a kebab, job's good.
Crash, kebab, come and get my car, go home, pub.
Right,
But the main thing I need from passengers is just look out for other planes.
do you want me to start spotting planes now?
Right, it's 3 o'clock, fuck!
Let's get this plane in the air so I can show you how this sticky situation unfolded.
Golf Echo Alpha at the North Apron, ready for departure.
Golf Echo Alpha, taxi hold Delta 1.
Taxi hold Delta 1, Golf Echo Alpha.
Snacks through. Yeah, I was like, why would the crew be in the backseat? Oh, snacks, baggage control.
Yeah, that crew button needs to be Sam. Right, is everyone ready to fly?
But didn't they just take off?
Golf Echo Alpha 08, take off at your discretion, surface 070 degrees, 13 knots.
Taking off, Golf Echo Alpha, thank you.
So easing full power on here and getting all 160 of those American ponies out of this 5.2 litre 4-cylinder engine to pull us down the runway until we reach our rotate speed of about 65 knots, where we pitch up and get that bonnet on the horizon, giving us an 80 knot climb, which is our fastest rate of climb, which gets us about 500 feet a minute. And then straight into our first in-flight checklist of TCF that we have to run through when passing through 300 feet above the ground.
300 feet, T's and P's, green, 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 and we are charging, carb heaters off, and we have no flap.
Bit windy.
Yeah, it is quite windy.
090 degrees, 14 knots.
We're going to aim for £2,000. Apparently, just past that, it should be relatively nice. Oh, we're going to go even higher. This is fantastic. This is way better than I thought it was going to be.
And I wasn't kidding, it was even a bit toasty for a winter's day, and those air vents did us wonders.
Yeah. Swing, there we go.
Oh, yeah, nice. Oh, right on my feet. Do you want that or not? Yeah, oh, good.
Yeah.
I think I can turn it.
I haven't showered
in 4 days. Goodness. Oh, yeah, woo, that updraft.
Woohoo!
Thanks, smell back here now. Skirt on, that would be...
that would be a watershed moment.
That would be a watershed.
Golf Charlie Lima Echo Alpha PA28 3POB Kemble to Dunsfold. Present position is 10 miles to the southeast of Kemble at 2,400 feet on QNH 993. Request basic service.
Golf Echo Alpha, Roger, Squawk 3737, basic service, advise QNH correct.
3737, QNH correct. Basic service, Golf Echo Alpha, thank you.
And now that we've set up nicely to cruise, I'm going to let you in on a little personal struggle of mine when I did my training for my license over the last 12 months. And this is actually way more common than you think.
But you're going to be alright with it?
I'm all great, yeah.
You know, like, if you're feeling a bit already, the last
I don't know, I'm fine, I'm fine.
Did you have your magic ginger pills?
I didn't actually. I'm actually alright on the old air sickness now. So for viewers watching that don't know, I had a really bad time with air sickness when I was learning to fly, and I would regularly finish like double slot lessons just feeling like a proper bag of shit. It was just, I'd Google it and everyone says, like, it was consensus that like you get over it, you get over your air sickness, like just power through. And I did, and I'm fine now, and thank God I did power through, because it did make me want to quit on multiple occasions. But I mean, it's like, feeling sick is one of the worst feelings ever, in my opinion. Like, it's awful.
I agree.
Concur.
Making good progress, we changed radar service and connected to Farnborough. And watch carefully what happens next, because if this wasn't noticed, this could be really bad.
Got a fair bit more fuel in that right tank.
So I should go Golf Virginia.
Did you see that?
Yeah. It's stuck.
We shall be changing tanks.
So luckily, us pilots have a way of negating the need for these gauges simply by changing between the tanks in the left and right wing every 20 minutes in this case, meaning we don't run into issues where we're running the tanks out of fuel because of a fuel gauge issue. This is actually something I did do in my training, but that's a story for another day. Now that we're approaching our destination, it's now time to change frequencies to Dunsfold and get our landing instructions.
Dunsfold information, Golf Charlie Lima Echo Alpha, request joining information.
And this was where tension started rising.
You see? Traffic 3 o'clock, same height.
Visual, no threat. Dunsfold information, Golf Charlie Lima Echo Alpha, request joining information.
So I tried a few times, but to no avail, so I had to try something else.
They open.
Well, their phone lines weren't, but none, like, they rarely are.
You're just going to land it?
No, I'm gonna... I don't know what I'm gonna do. Dunsfold information, Golf Charlie Lima Echo Alpha, request joining information.
Better late than never, but I remembered some key information here.
Right, it's an uncontrolled airfield, so we don't actually need anything to land there.
Do you not?
It's like at Kemble, you just call Dunsfold traffic, so I'm just going to call Kemble traffic. I'm just going to call Dunsfold traffic.
But they may not reply.
No, they won't. It's like so Kemble's tower is shut on Sundays and Mondays, but you can still land there.
So you're just calling to tell other people you're landing?
Correct.
Right, okay.
Dunsfold traffic, Golf Charlie Lima Echo Alpha, PA28, 3 POB, 10 miles to the west. Intentions are a crosswind join for 07.
So that was me letting people on the local frequency know who I am, where I am, and what my intentions are, i.e. a crosswind join to land on runway 07. Now it's a game of find the runway and get ourselves set up to join and land.
You'll see it when we fly over it.
I know what it is.
Yeah, yeah.
1 or 2 o'clock? Yeah, oh yeah, straight off there.
Oh, fantastic.
But you got good eyes, Sam.
Just like that.
So here we go.
Oh yeah. Are you landing? Are you doing a circuit? Landing that way?
We're going to go, we're going to basically cut halfway through.
So as we got closer and closer to the runway, our issue became more and more clear. And as we looked out our window, as we were turning to get set up to land, look what we saw.
Yeah, they're car meet or something. Do they know that it's a fucking runway? Oh yeah, it does look like a video of that.
Just to confirm, more or less using more or less the full length of the runway.
Oh yeah, that's a nice Lamborghini. Is it? Or something.
And there's that 07 I was talking about earlier that we were intending on landing on. Obviously, we can't do that now because there's clearly things in the way. And could you imagine the call to the insurance company trying to explain that if we did give it a go? Yeah, not the best idea. So the lesson learned here is get through to the airfield and speak to somebody, making sure you actually can land when you get there. This is the kind of the excitements that general aviation brings. So we were forced to divert to a nearby airfield. In this case, it was Poppen, where we enjoyed a sausage bat before heading back. And if you enjoyed watching this, don't miss out on watching me meeting the owner of and getting a flight in a plane that, let's say, just has a scary history. Thank you so much for watching.